She hid him 3 months, and then she could no longer hide him. She took him for an ark of bulrushes and daubed it with slime and with pitch, and put the child therein. And she laid it in the flags by the river's brink. And his sisters stood afar off to wit what would be done to him. Whom are you willing to let go? If you don't know, in my Bible, it's talking about the birth of Moses. And I read you the beginning of how his life started out. And his mother carried him for 9 months. And because they did not have modern technology at that time, when she was pregnant, they didn't know what she was having, what the sex of the baby was, only at birth. So when he was born, and he was a healthy, strong baby, she loved him. But the king, as I read, already commanded that the men-child children be put to death. She loved him, so she hid him. She did not disguise her feelings for him. Though he was a baby, he didn't know. But he got too big, cried a little too much. So she had to make a decision. If I let him stay, they will kill my baby. But if I let him go, he may have a chance.
Come on now. Come on now.
This is not just a story for mothers, but it is a story for us all, because we all have those things in our lives that could be possibly good things. But if we keep them, they could die. But if we let it go, it may have a chance to live. What are you willing to let go? So when God's word is coming forth, we know that he always puts a witness in the place.
Yes.
Amen. This is not something that I'm conjured up. Sometimes you just gotta let that thing go. Because you don't have it in you to keep it alive. You birthed it. So you played your part.
That's it.
But when you let it go, it can grow.
Come on now.
Let's go to 1 Samuel. Chapter 20. This is not a long lesson at all. Not a long lesson at all. Chapter 20. Verse 3. Verse 3. And David sware moreover, and said, Thy father certainly knoweth that I have found grace in thine eyes. And he saith, Let not Jonathan know this, lest he be grieved. But truly as the Lord liveth, and as the soul liveth, there is but a steep between me and death. I'm skipping down to verse 5. And David said unto Jonathan, Behold, tomorrow is the new moon, and I should not fail to sit with the king at meat. But let me go, that I may hide myself in the field unto the 3rd day at even, or at evening. I'm skipping down now to verse 11. And Jonathan said unto David, Come, and let us go out into the field. And they went out, both of them, into the field. This whole chapter, 1 Samuel chapter 20, this is something that I would encourage everybody to read, especially when you're talking about true friendship.
Yes. Yes.
true friendship.
Yes.
And it's awkward sometimes because we've gone through some things with some people and they've been real close and they've been in our corner and we've been in their corner. But sometimes
You gotta let
you
go.
gotta let them go.
My God.
You got to let them go.
Come on.
The best thing about this is how it's done.
Mhm.
This is not a you go your way, I'm going to go my way, whatever situation. Jonathan loved David, and David loved Jonathan even more than they loved themselves.
Mhm.
It wasn't no funny business going on with them. They just connected like never before. They just connected. But Jonathan's dad was trying to kill David. So they devised a plan on how to get David to safety. But in that, they still had to go through the process of letting go. I'm going to skip down to verse 42, which is the last verse in the chapter. And Jonathan said to David, "Go in peace. For as much as we have sworn both of us in the name of the Lord, saying, The Lord be between me and thee, and between my seed and thy seed forever." And he arose and departed, and Jonathan went into the city. Sometimes we just have to tell old friends, go in peace.
Yep.
I love you, but we can't do this anymore. I love you, but I have to go this way.
That's right.
No love lost, but God is calling.
That's right.
No love lost like David. No love lost, but if I don't go, I'm going to die. Who are you willing to let go? John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. For God so loved the world that he gave. That he gave his only begotten Son. And when I thought about that, or rather honestly, I wasn't even thinking. I was in the shower and I was like, oh my God, it hit me on top of my head. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. And I know that his only begotten Son, he poured out of himself. So if he poured out of himself and gave of himself, then I've got to pull myself out of myself and give myself.
Thank you, Jesus.
I got to keep the God, but the rest of that mess, I got to do like Jesus did. I have to do like God did and separate myself from myself and give it away. What are you willing to let go?
Come on.
What are you willing to let go? Are you willing to pull yourself out of yourself and walk away from it? For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. If God can give his only Son, what can I give? If God can give his only begotten Son, who came, lived, died, rose up for me, what then can I give him?
Come on.
He's already given me life eternal, because he said if you believe in me that you should not perish. So what do I have to lose if I take myself out of myself